Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Eddie Marcus again. You know, I've made a lot of presentations. I've made over 350 or 80 videos that I've put here out on this social media trying to reach the people here, out here across America and wherever, and deliver a message to you, one that I have staked my life on that is just that important. And in my estimation, in my understanding, is the answer to the prayers that you make constantly. But there's a group of people sometimes that you have to communicate to in a different way. And I'm going to try to communicate to them today. So as I speak, if you don't fall in that category and you feel offended to the way I speak, then I will not feel offended if you get up and just leave or turn this off. But for those of you who can only understand, you know, I became a man at the age of 28. Up until 28, I was a child. I was caught up in the world. I was programmed, and I saw how the world worked, and I practiced the principles of it. Now, those principles allow each of us to approach life in various ways. We don't have to do the same thing, but we got our own way because it allows us, it embraces the various approaches that we as many people can make. And I have gone my way, and from the way my experience has been, I can see the others. And what it is, ladies and gentlemen, I said no more because having seen that, I realized I was only able to see it because I wanted the perfect dream. I wanted the dream where all of us had our dreams met, that we had peace, prosperity, joy, and all those other things that goes with it. I wanted that from the age of 28. And I began to change my life, not that of a child, but of a man who wanted to grow and know what was going on and to do something about it. And for 30 some odd years, ladies and gentlemen, I have been out here championing the cause of peace and prosperity for all of us. I've run for mayors, I've run for governor, United States senator, run for president a couple of times, on the basic principles of what that I want to share with you. And what I recognize truly, and the reason that I want to speak to these people who needs to hear it this way is this. For I'm going to tell you something that's none of your business, but I'm free. And I'm going to tell you. I've been on radio, I've been on cable, I've been in pulpits, I've been preaching. I've been in jail, I've been in prison because I violated the laws, trying to draw attention to this cause. For 40 years, I have smoked marijuana, for those of you who had a problem with marijuana. And why do we smoke marijuana? Each of us got our reasons, and some of them are similar. But for me, my main reason is this. I had nothing else to do. You say, you got a family, are you supporting your family? And I would say to you, the work that I have been doing for 30 some years has not paid me one penny. And my family has suffered. I have suffered. We have all suffered because we live in a world like this. Now, when I say, what else can I do? There's nothing for me to do. I see the system. I know what this system is. This system exists trying to defeat God. And for me to put my hands in it and be a part of it, it gotta be because I'm ignorant, stupid, or a slave. I cannot be free. I cannot know God and do that. My life is to live, to tell you, and when necessary, stand up to show you. Now, I know this whole nation is lost when it comes down to knowing freedom, knowing peace. And let me put it another way. Loving, caring about one another as you would care about yourself. Believing in God and acting like it. This nation is absent of all of that. We are only guys that pretend. So you say, I was doing all of these things and smoking weed. I was pretending. I never pretended that I didn't smoke weed. I never told anybody except those who I didn't mind seeing me. But for you, it wasn't your business. My message hasn't changed. And when I can smoke, it allowed me to wait and hope that you would change, because I know for me to change and act fully means that the system that you have employed will kill me. And I know that those of you who go to church and you listen to the preachers and all of that, I want you to understand. Check this out, ladies and gentlemen. The world has always been like this. I'm not trying to blame you. We were given this. When we came into the world, from the beginning, all we saw was the opposite of what's right, the opposite of God. Even when we saw something that appeared to be right, it had some ulterior motive. And so this is all we know. We speak English because this is the language. We act the way we act because this is the action of Americans. And when I speak to you about changing, I know it's hard. You didn't change me to make me this way. It was a power outside of you and outside of me that allowed me to envision a world of peace. And so I can come out and champion, speak for it. People in church who say they love God, well, in their way, they do love God. But you can tell the benefit of their love for God. They figure if they don't smoke, if they don't drink, if they don't party, if they don't chase the opposite sex around, if they stay at home, if they go to church and participate in church activities, that God accepts this as praise. This is not praise to God. This is stuff that you do to psych yourself out and make you think you're doing something. You're not doing nothing for God. God is a light unto the world. Sitting up in that building is no light unto yourselves. You got to come out in the darkness of this world and stand up for what's right, knowing that until the nation as a whole start doing the right thing, wanting to do the right thing, you're going to have to fall down like flies. But I'm only saying this because I want those who might be really seeking God to know that this is a requirement. But I also want you to know that this is the escape hatch. For those of you who have really matured in God, this is an escape hatch. Because you are the light. And if people want to put your light out, just like in a house, they can flip the switch. If they want to put your light out, they can. But you know one thing? They can't beat God. Because this, in reality, is hell for you. This is why you're such a bright light. And the fact that they didn't want you there and kill you, God takes you right into that dream that you've had, that you hope you would never be awakened from. And it will be like nothing has ever changed. You've been there all the time. And everything fits in place. God is magnificent. I want you to know, God is the answer. When I hear Barack Obama, President Clinton, when I hear Bush and all the presidents that I've lived under sit up and that make those statements, it makes me want to puke. Because they're doing nothing but talking. Talking. Even if they're serious, they're doing nothing but talking. Because the way for change, ladies and gentlemen, is not to argue with Congress. It's not to argue with anybody. It's to go before the public and share your vision with the public. And ask the public to do the necessary things that must be done that would persuade and indicate to their representatives in Congress what your will is. And they must do it. They must do it. They must do it because you got the power. You are the bosses. And when you become free, you can recognize that and act on that. Oh, I didn't mean to even go this route. When I first came here, I thought I was going to do a lot of cursing. Because when I was thinking about this subject, there was a lot of cursing thoughts went through my mind. And I just wanted to get it out. Because there are a lot of people that appreciate cursing. But it seemed like I said it, didn't find that one opportunity to curse. I kind of feel a little embarrassed. But anyway, What I want you to know, ladies and gentlemen, is this. For those of you, there are those of you who are asking, does he still smoke? Let me tell you this. This is none of your business. I can say this to you. If I want to, I will. Well, don't you know that's a law? Look, if we are going to live by laws, the laws must be perfect. The laws must be perfect to accommodate every citizen within this nation. And if those laws are not that perfect, then they're nothing but like a thief in the night. Because the God that created you intended for it to be perfect. And there are those amongst you who wanted to be perfect in the midst of a whirlwind of people who don't give up. Ooh, I almost cursed that time. Who couldn't care less. But in the middle of all of that, we got to stand. I got to stand. I got to stand. I want you to know this. What I want my dreams to come true. And my dreams coming true is wrapped up in your dreams coming true. And if there's anything on the face of the earth that want to prevent my dream from coming true, then you got permission to kill me. Because I will not bow down to something less than that which is perfect.